This real estate market is changing by the day. In this episode, I'm going to talk about how to find cash buyers for real estate. I have multiple points today to talk about some of the best ways we're finding cash buyers right now in this market, right after interest rates have went up, when cash buyers seem to be hiding under rocks. Let's go. All right, so one of the best ways we're finding cash buyers right now, let's just say that we have an investment property or a wholesale deal or a wholesale piece of land. What we do is we try and schedule the inspection period the day of the foreclosure auction. So if the foreclosure auction is happening from 10 to 11, we schedule our inspection period for noon. And what we do is I show up at the auction at about 9:30 and stand at the front door, or my disposition manager shows up at the foreclosure auction at the front door, and we have flyers of our property that we're going to be having an inspection period immediately after the foreclosure auction. Or maybe it's a piece of land that we're offering cash only. We hand that flyer out and say hello to the cash buyer walking in to go and participate in that foreclosure auction, because to buy at these foreclosure auctions you need all cash or certified checks or cashier's checks to equal the amount that you're willing to pay for that property. A lot of times these guys can't even go inside or check out these properties beforehand unless it is vacant raw land. So we show up there with that flyer, and that flyer, once they come to our website, we ask them for their name and their phone number and their email address to keep receiving more of those properties. We also like to pixel these guys or Facebook retarget them so they see our ads forever every time they're on Facebook or Instagram. How does that work? So once they go to my website, Discount Houses Colorado Springs or vacantlandofthefree.com or renttoowncolorado.com or renttoownco.com, they will now be pixeled, and anytime they go on Facebook or Instagram, they're going to see a video of someone, me or my team, talking about land deals we have, or house deals that we have, or rent-to-own deals that we have, all the above. So they're going to stay in our world. That's one of the best ways to find cash buyers right now in real estate. You might be thinking, oh my goodness, I have no idea how to Facebook retarget people or how to find people like that. I don't know how to retarget people either, or how to pixel people either, but there's plenty of people on Upwork.com. There's plenty of people on Fiverr.com that can set these things up for you for very little money. Another thing that's working phenomenal for us right now to find cash buyers that are buying in this market are real estate signs, or we call them bandit signs. One of the ways that we can make these bandit signs are we go to a sign shop and we buy a sheet of white corrugated plastic or yellow corrugated plastic, or honestly any piece of corrugated plastic that they will sell you in a sheet, and you can take a razor blade knife and cut these in small squares. These squares are usually like 3 foot wide by 2 foot tall, and you write on there, rental for sale, cash only, phone number, or 3 rentals for sale, cash only, phone number, 2 acres, must sell, will finance, phone number, things like that. That is how we're finding our cash buyers with real estate signs or bandit signs on the side of the road. Hopefully you're getting tons of value out of this. Hit that like button just so I know that I'm on the right track, and let's keep going. So another way to find cash buyers is I'm gonna go to an amazing site called landsharkslist.com. That's going to give you a 7-day free trial to use PropStream. And I'm going to log in here and show you how to find cash buyers that are buying in any market right now. In today's market, it doesn't matter what the interest rates are. Let's just use an example of, let's just say Palm Bay, Florida. Palm Bay, Florida. Let's just say that we're looking for a cash buyer right now to purchase a piece of vacant raw land. So this tells me that there's 18,000 cash buyers in Palm Bay, Florida right now. And I'm going to filter this because I want to see vacant raw land only. So I'm going to go property characteristics. I'm going to go just below property characteristics. I want to select vacant land only. Now let's hit that X mark. Now there's 13,000 buyers for vacant raw land. But here's the thing. We only want to see the people that have purchased like in the last, let's just say since July 14th when interest rates went up. So let's go to ownership info. Last sale date, July 14th. So July 14th, 2022 to currently now. I'm gonna hit that X button. There's 258 cash buyers that have purchased in the last couple months vacant raw land in Palm Bay, Florida. So here we go. We selected unique properties, and then I'm going to add to list, and I'm going to call it vacant. I'm going to call it cash buyer, vacant, raw land, Palm Bay, Florida. And then I'm going to save it, create new. Now I can go to my properties tab, close this, my properties. I'm going to search for what I just put in there, cash buyer, vacant, raw land, Palm Bay, Florida. And here they all are. Here's their name, address, owner name, all their information, recreational, when they bought, what they paid for it, all the above. But here's how we find these cash buyers. We found them. Now we want their phone numbers. We want their email addresses. So click back on cash buyer, vacant, raw land. I'm going to select all of them. I'm going to go to new campaign. We can send them a postcard campaign, or we can do a skip tracing. I want to skip trace them because I want to get their phone numbers and their emails. For 12 cents a piece, I can actually skip trace these people, and it's going to cost me $6.12 for the 51 selected contacts. Let me go back because I want to select all of them. All right, 258 selected. Okay, what's going on here is go to new campaign, we'll go to skip tracing. A lot of these are duplicates. Some people are buying multiple parcels of land. So it looks like we're only gonna get about 51 contacts. 207 contacts have been omitted due to being duplicates, having been appended already, or having insufficient information. Some of these I might have already skip traced and gotten their information, so they're not going to double charge me for it. Now, once I place this order, it's going to cost me $6.12 to get these 51 contacts phone numbers, and it's really cool. I'll show you what it looks like. I'm not going to actually put this order in because I've already purchased it, but you're going to go to contacts, and let's just look at one I just purchased recently right here. This is really cool. So all these names, it gives me their email, it gives me their phone number, it gives me the property address that they purchased, gives me the mailing address so I can mail them as well. I can start calling them. DNC means they're on the do not call list. Be very careful with that. You want to be understanding of that because they've already went and submitted their phone number to the do not call registry. They don't want calls. However, if they purchase vacant raw land and you got some vacant raw land that's available, they might be interested in that opportunity. We just tread lightly with that. And if someone says don't call me again, we completely do not call them again. So that is how you can find cash buyers right now for real estate that are buying today. All right, here you have it. These are the absolute best ways to find cash buyers in this market today. No matter what's going on in the real estate market, these are always going to work. I want you to head on over to thelandsharkslist.com. Get your free 7-day trial to PropStream. You can do exactly what I'm showing you how to do. That 7-day free trial is going to allow you to pull these lists, but it is not going to include those skip traces. So you will have to pay the 12 cents a piece for anything that they're able to append, anything they're able to get the data for. That is super, super cheap. Some of these deals we've sold for $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 profits. So to spend $6 on a skip tracing list is just phenomenal.